Holographic virtual technology is used in display design to make the inanimate still life display and graphic display. And holographic technology not only greatly improves the value of the exhibition hall, but also allows visitors to interact with relevant information and experience different information according to their preferences. It enables the display design to truly serve visitors and bring the immersion it is difficult to experience in life. From the perspective of the most advanced development of science and technology, scientists analyze and study the holographic virtual technology and its application in the display design. And they elaborate on the basic principles of the holographic three-dimensional virtual technology through related simulation experiments. Scientists who are from WiMi Hologram Academy of WiMi Hologram Cloud Inc. discussed the application of holographic virtual technology in modern display design. This research can provide some opinion support for the application of holographic virtual technology in the modern display. Holographic virtual technology will be a very popular technology application in the future society. The following is the integrated view of science and technology of WiMi Hologram Academy. Therefore, the research on the application of holographic virtual technology in the modern display has both practical and theoretical significance. The wave of economic globalization has promoted the development and exchange of science and technology, and also made the modern display design develop towards a more technological direction. Display design is a rapidly developing industry in China, especially after the Shanghai World Expo. It has become a trend to apply information technology to science and technology displays. Holographic 3D projection technology brings us not only a visual experience but also spiritual satisfaction, which changes the form of modern display. It is assumed that the holographic virtual technology is applied to the display design to improve the visual effect presented in the display process, which is difficult to achieve in other forms. If the holographic virtual technology is combined with the exhibition hall, the value of the exhibition hall can be greatly enhanced, and it will bring visitors a sense of immersion that is difficult to experience in life, making the venue full of creativity and technology. Holographic technology makes people feel the connection between the real world and the virtual world, which makes people remember the content of the exhibition deeper, and thus have a more comprehensive understanding of the content of the pavilion. Through consulting some data, people find that there is more research on holographic 3D projection technology, and also fund in-depth research on the current field. However, in these studies, three-dimensional holographic projection technology is not systematically described in books. However, from the perspective of the development direction of science and technology in the world today, the generation and application of more and more virtual technologies provide technical support for the application of holographic, three-dimensional projection technology in display design. Many companies around the world have studied holographic 3D projection technology. Although some companies have conducted research in the world, they have not carried out large-scale commercialization due to their short time. Generally speaking, holographic virtual technology is to create a three-dimensional image in our line of sight. This three-dimensional image has been studied with the 3D vision we wear on 3D when watching 3D movies. But the number of studies using holographic virtual technology in the modern display is very few. Some global studies, related to the research of the design and construction of exhibition halls, mostly inclined to theoretical guidance, do not involve the application of holographic virtual technology in modern exhibitions. In global research, the introduction of holographic technology into the design of the pavilion is a profound analysis of a certain field and specific details of the pavilion design. But it does not extend the design of the pavilion to other essential differences. Often, you need to wear red and blue light glasses when watching 3D movies. And the main function of red and blue light glasses is to filter some light on the screen. But holographic virtual technology does not need other devices for light filtering. And holographic virtual devices have helped people convert some of the light into three-dimensional images visible to adult vision. Equipment is not enough to support the development of holographic virtual technology. Its development needs a part of post-image production. And the main work of post-image production personnel is to provide material for holographic virtual technology, such as in the operation of holographic virtual equipment. Some explosions, floods, cliffs are felt by post-production personnel. People as feelings are the most important environmental factor in most architectural spaces. In this space, people are the only subject, and people should communicate with each other. For the display environment, there are certain differences between the people in the display places and those in other places. The main purpose of people going to the exhibition hall is not to communicate, but to obtain information. also known as the audience of information. Audience is the recipient in the literal sense. People are the audience in the display environment. That is, the recipient of the information is affected by various factors in the process of the display. So we must need to consider these influencing factors in the virtual display design. Virtual display technology is a new type of science and technology. The science and technology have just become popular, so most people are more attracted. In this sense, the virtual display has novel and unique characteristics. And the novel, unique characteristics are some of the main motivation to the audience. For virtual information display, there are mainly two kinds of space needed for information display. One is the physical space to accommodate equipment and visitors, and the other is the virtual space to accommodate the display of information. Physical space provides the foundation for the display of virtual space. Physical space is a relatively stable factor. Generally, physical space refers to the venue in the interface, color, ground, decorative materials, decoration style, and other different elements. These elements rarely change in general, just as an auxiliary factor in the display. General exhibitors need to rest after tired, to create a stable and comfortable space environment. This is also one of the roles of physical space. In addition to the physical factors in the holographic 3D virtual display, the virtual space element is the most influential factor to the visitors. Virtual space elements and physical space have a considerable difference. Three-dimensional virtual display elements in the virtual scene as the main body. These elements are produced by computer simulation virtual display content. Form to the window in birds and the sea blue sky into indoor. Let us enjoy the difficult to enjoy free life at ordinary times. However, at present, holographic virtual technology is still an emerging industry, and the cost of promoting it to home use is relatively high. After the cost is reduced, it is very feasible for family use. Due to the accelerating pace of people's lives and the increasing shortage of urban resources, people want to get a better life experience in a smaller space range. And the holographic virtual technology is a very good choice. Everyone's experience is different, which leads to differences in everyone's emotional preferences and cognition. Holographic virtual technology cannot meet the needs of everyone in the process of the display, but it can meet the needs of most people. The content of the virtual display has different effects on each person's senses. The main reason for the difference is that people have different memories of life plots and associations with life plots. The holographic virtual display is also an art form. Each art form has a certain connection with reality, so the same content display brings people different feelings. At the 2015 Spring Festival Gala, Lee Yuchun's performance of shoe embroidery was welcomed on the modular stage. It was the first time that holographic projection technology was used on the Spring Festival Gala stage. After the completion of the stage holographic projection technology, the real performers can produce the interaction with the illusion, adding the multimedia projection of the background stage to dynamically complete the performance together, producing a shocking visual effect. In recent years, holographic projection technology has also begun to be applied to exhibitions and exhibition halls, and some brands have used holographic projection booths, attracting the attention of visitors. Holographic virtual technology has been silent since the last century, but with the continuous development of computer science, holographic virtual technology has a broader application and development space in the process between scientists and artists and communication, using computer technology and network technology to art communication with the audience, make the public understanding of art and science and technology more profound. For human beings, exploring the unknown is the driving force for human progress, and expanding the human living space is one of the best choices. But for people living on the Earth, the application of holographic virtual technology to life will greatly expand the space we live in. Using holographic projection technology in the living space, we can move the flowers, birds, fish, and insects, and the blue sky outside the window indoors, so that we can enjoy the free life that is difficult to enjoy in ordinary times. However, at present, holographic virtual technology is still an emerging industry, and the cost of promoting it to home use is relatively high. After the cost is reduced, it is very feasible for family use. The acceleration of the pace of people's lives and the increasing shortage of urban resources make people want to get a better life experience in a small space range, and holographic virtual technology will become a very good choice. The concept of the smart home has long been proposed by the industry, and its main purpose is to use the advanced computer technology of the world to provide a more comfortable living space for families. With the development of the times and science and technology, people have placed less emphasis on the intelligence of the material level and paid more attention to the spiritual factors. Holographic intelligent life gradually comes into people's vision. In the future, holographic travel, holographic medical care, education, and so on will be injected into the smart family life to bring people more comfort and convenience. For the development of modern technology, the traditional technology has been difficult to meet the needs of the rapid development of technology. Two-dimensional display technology and the technology application has become a gradually replaced technology. Holographic projection technology has high figure stereo and degree of simulation technology advantage, can fully meet the needs of the development of the modern technology. The test purpose is to make a small holographic virtual three-dimensional props to simulate and demonstrate the exhibition venue's applied technology and degree. The test uses homemade special video source file, holographic reflection film, 4/2 through special glass for light reflection and refraction. Make virtual graphics on the holographic film carrier. Present image for unreal image. Picture into view presents a 360-degree three-dimensional picture. The video source file uses relevant software to design and edit. The processed video file has 4 pictures. Up and down. The same virtual object is fully simulated. The object needs to edit the full 3D model and perform action rendering to form a coherent action video picture. After processing, the video file is played at the same time, and the virtual surface is presented on the holographic film to finally realize the holographic virtual dynamic image. Before the test, it is necessary to select the materials according to the area size of the final rendering effect and determine the playback source and source files. The playback source can choose the TV, computer monitor, and mobile phone. The source file requires a virtual object, such as a virtual earth, and several holographic films and engineering plastic transparent glass panels. After testing, the following matters should be noted in the process. Frame size is used to support the playback platform. At the end of the test, the virtual receiving surface, that is, the transparent glass plate, is built with 1, 2, 3, and 4 faces respectively. The video source picture enters the vision of the observer. Each video source file should be just covered with the conical surface so that the 4 conical faces receive the picture at the same time. The cone plane should be 45 degrees angular from the bottom plane, and the cone plane should be an equilateral triangle. In the process of production, it is found that when making the cone that accepts the picture, the virtual picture of the 6th cone is the most accurate. The triangle cone is slightly deformed when the image is presented, while the 6th cone can let the observer see a clear and complete holographic image without dead corners. The size of the picture is cut. Positioning 3 pieces of glass or plexiglass, external holographic film, and then with engineering glass adhesive or dry adhesive gradually bonded into a pyramid shape. There are 2 ways to place video playback sources, down and up. Both also place the tip of the pyramid of the cone against the video source. When the video playback source is installed, it should be fixed by the bracket. These 2 methods have their advantages and disadvantages. The upper video source is the best low vision effect, so that the video source will not appear in the eyes of the observer. Only the holographic virtual picture will appear, and the test adopts the video upper camera. Under the video source, the observer should look up the best effect. This requires that the whole model need to be raised to a certain degree, preferably above the observer's sight. This way, observers can only see the virtual images inside the cone, and the video source file will not interfere with the sight. Video source file production needs to pay attention to the background interference problem. The first choice is to highlight the virtual object image. The background is more appropriate. In the process of video production, the first need to use professional 3D software for the virtual model. The model needs a full 3D body, using software with material mapping and animation keyframe setting, and finally perform rendering animation. In the process of animation rendering, need to render up and down 4-view animation file, namely 360 degrees full file. Then conduct format conversion to convert multiple video files rendered by the model into a full video file, which is the final source file of the video. This experiment belongs to a way of holographic virtual, but also a relatively simple way at present. In a sense, it is a kind of pseudo-holographic image presentation, because it uses the visual illusion of the human eye to actively conduct the link identification of the picture. The video source file is still a 2-dimensional picture, but 4 sides are presented at the same time. Any angle can appear. And the test to verify the final holographic virtual rotation of the Earth effect. For humans, there are different technologies produced in each historical stage, which have different effects on the progress of our society as a whole. The progress of technical means of display design is closely related to the progress of the whole society because display design needs to be applied to the content of different disciplines. And the ultimate goal of display design is to integrate the content of different disciplines. The use of holographic virtual technology in the display design will take the form of the display becoming colorful. Our world is not only the continuous innovation of technology, in the subtle art is constantly changing, but the process of digital influence for every industry is also profound. The holographic virtual technology applied in modern display design. Display design has the aesthetic value and artistic value will be complete. Research based on display design, combined with the application of holographic virtual technology, for the audience behavior psychological factors for a comprehensive analysis. The article is based on a large number of cases for common components in the virtual display and the correlation between application elements. For the application of holographic virtual technology of a comprehensive interpretation, we should not only study from the perspective of technology, but also study the development trend of display art, and use the virtual space and immersion created by holographic virtual display technology to improve the effectiveness of the display. The integration of holographic virtual technology and the modern display has just started, and the combination between holographic virtual technology and the modern display will be closed in the future. The principle of people-oriented technology serves human beings. No matter how advanced the stage of technology development is, we should not deviate from this basic principle. Only by putting the audience experience in the first place can the display design develop in a more positive direction. Holographic virtual technology is a new and historic topic. Holographic virtual technology involves different disciplines, such as optics, physics, psychology, communication, computer science, etc., with a very strong interdisciplinary. At present, most of the research is only kept at the level of theoretical research. In the future, further research should be conducted to make the display design develop in a more positive direction.